and welcome to the cottage. My name is Hannah. I am the host of this podcast, and thank you for joining me today as I go along in my knitting, crochet, crafty, sewing journey and a little bit of other things. It's been a minute since I've done a podcast, so I've accidentally skipped quite a bit in my knitting, but also not much has happened at the same time. It's like one of those weird, you know, weeks, months, whatever time of life. Anyways, yes, so first up, since the last time I podcasted, I am in North Carolina, and they had the Carolina Fiber Fest in March. It's June. Yeah. So, I got one thing-ish. I did a quick little short and posted it on YouTube about my haul because it wasn't much. So if you missed it though, I got this lovely yarn. It was a local-ish Virginia-based dyer and farm. So the woman, I forget her name, but it was Gypsy Mountain Farms. You can find her on Etsy. I'll leave a link down below. She owns the sheep. She shears them or has them shorn. I'm not sure which, if she does it herself or not. And then she dyes the wool, sends the wool off to a mill to be spun and wound up into hanks and everything. And then she sells the yarn made from her sheep. So that was from Jacob. That's the name of the sheep that was from. So sweet. And yeah, so I actually turned that into my first whip slash finished object. I'm gonna call it a finished object because I'm done with it. I think I'll show you. So I joined the Rae Knits of Andrea Mowry. Words. I joined her knit along, the March to May knit along, where she does sweaters or scarves, shawls, not scarves, big garmenty type knits, and you have 3 months, March, April, May, to knit them, anything from her library. Just a fun little knit along, and I've been wanting to do this one for a while. So it's actually the Spark Cardigan by her, and I used my yarn from Jacob and Gypsy Mountain Fibers for this cardigan, and it is delicious. It came out so good. I steeked it. We love a good steek. It fits so great. I did the arms a little bit extra long for added coziness. It's June. I should not be wearing this. This is very thick wool. My contrasting color was the Fisherman's Wool by Lion Brand Yarns in the natural colorway. So what I mean by finished object-ish is, oh god, it is so hot. Hold on. The sweater is definitely finished. I submitted the sweater because I started the belt, but like I was wearing this during May. We had a very chilly May, and I didn't really feel like I needed the belt. So I am technically working on the belt, but I don't even know if I want it 100% yet. I'm kind of being indecisive about it, but that's why it's a finished object, but kind of a whip also. So yeah, I'm just gonna pick up and work on this belt whenever I feel like I want the belt. And if I don't, I'm just gonna let it languish and just not feel bad about it. Eventually, I think I do have enough yarn left over, because that's a pretty good chunk. I might do the Spark hat as well. I haven't decided yet. But yes, I did finish. I did submit it. So we'll see, like my little corner. Oh, and I did get, actually, I did get this book in the meantime, to help me with I actually bought it. So before, I think I'd shown it and I had just borrowed it from the library. I went ahead and bought it because I thought it was a great tool when I had it for like the couple weeks that I did. So that I can try to finish working on that t-shirt design that I was thinking of. See, marking ideas, and it felt like a good tool. I haven't really bought any knitting books, and this one seemed like, when I was looking through it and reading it and trying to like figure out math and stuff for that t-shirt, this actually really helped me get my brain wrapped around it. So I feel like this is definitely an investment. Hopefully we'll see more from this. But yeah, so a knitting book I completely forgot I got in those couple months. But yes, very excited. It's by Ann Budd, super famous knitwear designer, so I'm excited about that. Next up, let's see here. We've got the, what are these called? Harvest Sock Toe Up version, which I believe I've shown. So this I'm working up in my yarn from Brazil. I'm just taking my time about it. It sits in the car. I get maybe like a repeat done every once in a while, not very often. I did bring it inside recently because I wanted to work on it, and I also realized I kind of messed up here. So I need to drop those and go back and rework that cable. Oh, look, there's a pretty bird. Started bird watching too. This is a very disorganized podcast. But yeah, so not much has been happening on these. I'm almost to the point where I need to do the heel. I'm gonna do the heel from the pattern. So just as a reminder, that's the Harvest Sock Toe Up version, which is actually from the Sweater Weather sock collection by Carly Parents. So yeah, that's that. I got a new mug in the Target clearance section, chai time. I've got water in it instead of tea because it's June, and even though we had like 60-degree days in May, June has decided to pretend to be summer, and it's like 85 outside, and I'm over it. I'm so over it. It's only been a week and I can't. It's too hot. Anyways, next up, this one's more of a little bit of an update. I haven't done much more on this, the Rae Bag that I was trying to write up the pattern for this for. I did a whole test crochet. A few of y'all tested the pattern. They said it was really difficult to understand. So I think I need to go back and just either completely rewrite it, start from scratch, or the other thing that I am probably gonna do either way, but I think I might need some videos because it's not difficult techniques, but I have a feeling like if you've never done crochet color work before, I think that's where my testers got confused. So I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna create a couple videos. They're gonna be like private for the pattern kind of thing. But I need to find a good overhead tripod. Is that the word? Stand? Overhead stand? Something like that. So if you have any recommendations, If anyone's used anything like that before, I would love your recommendations. So that's kind of more of an update on where that's at. To be continued. I feel like all my designs right now are in progress, at a standstill, not going anywhere. It is what it is. And last but not least, in works in progress, so our anniversary, my husband's anniversary, is coming up in July, and he has gotten back into golfing this past little over a year or so. It's been a little over a year. He's really dug in, been working on his game, this and that. I'll go with him every now and then. I am not a golfer. I just go golfing. I feel like there's a difference. And if you know, you know. I just go to have fun, to be supportive, sometimes to let out some aggression on the driving range, because who doesn't need that every now and then? Let me tell you, it's very therapeutic. Cheaper than therapy too. But I was gonna surprise him with golf club covers, and then a couple weeks ago he's like, hey, can you make me some golf club covers? And I'm like, I was gonna surprise you with that for our anniversary, so thanks for ruining the surprise. But yes, I will. And now that you're in on it, which ones of the 5 options that I was looking at do you want? So he chose these Sock Monkey covers. This is by, there was a name on here, Knitters Brewing Company. I don't know if that's a person or not, but that's the pattern he picked. I think it might be a yarn company. It's a yarn company. It's right there at the top. Duh. But yes, so these are the covers, and we are doing a few modifications. So in the original pattern, I don't know if you can see it here. So each of the covers had a different number of stripes to indicate which club was inside. He didn't like that. He goes, I don't want to count stripes to figure out what club is in there. He goes, I want a number on it. Can you do a number? And I said, yeah, I can do a number. So all of them are gonna have two stripes. I have the first one finished, except for the eyes. I gotta go back and get a back of buttons for the eyes. So this little Sock Monkey cover. It's so cute. Hold on, I gotta. Sock Monkey. It was a really easy pattern. I enjoyed it. I'm just using some Red Heart because he's gonna beat these things up. I'm not gonna be precious about it. I thought about doing a wool, and I was like, no, these are gonna get dirty. They need to be easy to wash. No, it's the time and the effort that he's gonna appreciate. So these are the little monkeys. So he wanted 2 stripes just so it would still have some stripes, you know. And then this is a little modification we did. So we added some really badly intargeted color work here in the back. I just found a free pattern for some numbers that he liked the shape of, and there you go. This is supposed to be just a blank space back here. But we're gonna put the numbers. So I got the first one done, 4. He wants 4 through 9 and a P. And before I hear in the comments that you're not supposed to cover your irons, you're only supposed to cover your woods, listen, I don't care enough to care, and they're his golf clubs, so he can cover whatever he wants. I was already told by somebody else that that's not proper. I don't care. I think they're cute, they're adorable, so I'm working on the second one. Just finished the second stripe. So I'm about to go into more of the gray, get that done. And yeah, we're chugging along. I'm averaging about one a weekend. They're pretty quick. And then that gives me like the week to work on other projects if I want to. But super cute, super easy, great pattern. Oh, before I get into my sewing plans, I wanted to quickly cover, so I've gotten these ChowGoo needles. They honestly came in so handy for this. There's a lot of needle changes and like big needles were needed, like the cables. The only problem is I also had my first accident. Where did I put it? I put it here. So we had a tragedy. I don't know if you can see that. Basically this is one of the cables and one of the ends just popped off. I can't even get it back in there. I was having to pull a lot am I gonna get it in there right now? Oh my God. I'm dead. I just put it to, like, I was, I mean, see now it, like, no, that one definitely feels more secure. I think this is still gonna be one that I'm gonna have to be cautious with, but, yeah, that popped off while I was working on it. So I had to do like this, like, rejigging of all kinds of things and stuff and that. So while I still love the needles themselves, these plasticky, I think they're called twists in the ChowGoo collection, but I think this is the first time I've actually had something from ChowGoo that like broke. I've had the red lace cables and the metal needles for years and none of them have even come close to like bending. Like the memory on those cables and those red lace cables is perfection. And this, like, I had one heavy sweater on it and it busted. Now I did just fix it, so we'll see. I'll do a little test, something or another, I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty annoying to have happen mid sweater, literally. Not necessarily like, it's just, you know, you're working on a big sweater, like it needs to hold up. I definitely will say, I hope, I still haven't gotten a cable to test and see if these interchange with the cables, but from everything I've heard, they should. I just need to get some to try out. And if that's the case, I'd probably stick with like the red cables and then like switch off the metal or wood depending on what I'm doing, or mainly using like the wood for travel and the metal for home, and then having the cable as like the in-between for both. So just a little note, not necessarily a negative thing, just a note, you know. Now on to sewing. Two things actually. So my sister and her husband just bought their first house. Congratulations, guys. I don't think you watched this. And I want to make them a quilt as a housewarming gift. I thought that'd be really nice. I've never really like, I've made her some stuff, obviously, the green sweater, twinsies, like I've repaired some stuff for her, this and that, but like quilts are special. So like I made one for us, I made one for my mom and dad. I think this is a good third quilt. Although I do want to make a scrappy quilt with some of the leftovers from my mom's quilt. But that's not like, I don't need to do that like right away. But I thought I want to make sure it's something she loves. And like, I know this is controversial about like asking people's opinion for a gift, but sometimes I feel like it actually makes the gift more special because it's like they had like a hand in it. It's like you made it for them, but like they picked things out. Excuse me, that sparkling water just I hope y'all didn't hear that. You probably did. Anyways, it's one of those days. I was going back and forth on a couple different patterns, and this is the one she picked. I wanted to try doing some triangles for my next quilt, and so I kind of gave her like 2 or 3 patterns. I don't remember how many. I think it was 3. But this is the one she picked out. Very pretty. It's the Dana quilt pattern by Alderwood Studios. So I'll leave a link, of course. We kind of went fabric shopping the other day. I was like asking her for like colors, because that was the biggest thing, is I wanted to make sure the colors really fit in with her decor. It's like it's your first house, it's very special, like it's an emotional thing. So I wanted to make sure this was something that she could cherish, but also that like worked, you know. So that's the quilt. We picked out some fabric at Joann's the other day. I was texting her pictures because obviously she does not live here. And so yeah, I haven't bought the fabric yet, but I think we've narrowed it down, which is good. I'll probably go the next time they have a sale in cotton. You know, it's better to get that stuff, you know. A quilt takes a lot of fabric, so I'm gonna do a full queen for her. And so, like I said, it's a lot of fabric. Yeah, so that's a big project. I'm really excited to try my first triangles, to try my first real like pattern, because like, let's be honest, the ones I've done so far, like it's gingham, but it's not like a real pattern. It's just squares. So this is exciting. I feel like it's my first like real quilt. Like the other ones were like, how do you put this massive amounts of fabric together? And this is like a quilt. So next up, I am going to start working on one of my accident dresses from the last time I did a podcast. I talked about, I bought this fabric that I thought I was going to use for my sparkling water and burps. I'm so sorry. Yes, so I'd gotten this fabric that I was hoping to use for curtains, and then Joann's cut it not in half. I still will never forgive them for that. That was super annoying. I should have curtains by now, and I still don't have curtains. Yeah, anyways, so it's a black and white gingham. I should have brought it in here. It's fine. Anyways, but I printed out the pattern. It's a lot of pieces. It's got a big flowy skirt, so I'm pretty sure that's what most of this is. So this is actually what I'm going to be doing after I finish this podcast, is going to be, you know, crawling around on the ground, taping this together. I am going to do the traceable interfacing fabric pattern thing again, because I really liked being able to manipulate that better than like a paper pattern. I think it'll hold up a lot better too. I'm hoping easier to store. Yes, I'm very excited for that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to attempt to film it again. Hopefully it will not take me 6 months to upload that video. I apologize for anyone who just watched my recent video of me making that dress, the M1839. I'm so sorry it took so long. Life happens and I forgot how to do voiceovers, and I was trying to do it. I tried to do that voiceover like so many times and life just got in the way. I mean, obviously it's been like 4 months since my last podcast, so you can tell how busy I've been. And it's one of the things that got swept to the side. So hopefully this summer I can get more of my video projects done that I want to get done, and we'll see how this goes. No promises though. Life happens. Oh, and okay, so for anyone who is here for crafty content, thank you. I realized I'm gonna do my Young Living unboxing orders at the end of my podcast videos, hopefully to A, encourage me to do my podcast more often, but B, I thought I'll just smash it in at the end. So if you were here for Yarny crafty sewing content, thank you. It was so nice to have you. I hope you have a wonderful making day. And if you want to stick around for my unboxing, it's super short and sweet this time. Hi. Thank you. Thank you for joining. So my May Young Living order, again, I do sell for them sort of like ish. Yes, I have, you know. So I will leave my link below if you're interested in anything, but again, please be nice. We're nice people around here. We do not tolerate any rude messages or self-promotion down below, because this is MySpace. You know, I was never on MySpace, but this is my little corner of the internet, so I can, you know. But yes, so I got Thieves cough drops. Actually, these are the hard lounges instead of the cough drops. They're a little bit less intense, and I just like having them for allergy season because my throat gets really itchy. I got some backup toothpaste because I broke into our backup toothpaste and I like having just an extra on hand. Charcoal bar soap. It's our favorite. Same thing. I broke into the other one. Reflection. It smells like oranges and it's amazing. I love this bar soap. And then the other thing that I got in here, I feel like I got an oil. Maybe I didn't. Oh, you know what? I got patchouli in a different order. I got 2 of the Lavaderm. So this stuff is awesome. This is a cooling mist and it's like lavender and water and aloe. It's the best. So we went to Charleston a couple years ago for our anniversary and I got this beforehand and it was so hot. Like, we're from Texas. It gets hot in Texas. But like that summer in Charleston was ridiculously hot. We got sunburned, everything, all of that. Like we were walking around downtown, super hot. And I'd gotten this for that trip. It was a lifesaver. I don't know how we would have gotten through our sunburns because like it just helped. Like it didn't make them go away, but the aloe in it definitely helped. The lavender in it definitely helped. And like we just felt better, like cooler spraying this on ourselves. So I got 2 for this summer. I was like, I need to get to like a certain thing to get free shipping. And I was like, I'm gonna just throw a second one in there because the stuff's the bomb. It's so good. We love it so much. So as you can see, I already broke into the lounges. But yeah, this stuff, really good. And that's all for that. Oh, I did get some free Ningxia, which is like the red drink. Awesome. If you've never heard of it, ask away in the questions. I don't mind answering questions. I just don't like, I know some people can get really sensitive about like using oils for all kinds of stuff, but it's like, you know, if it's not harming you, why argue with someone else about it? I hope I'm not coming off like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed all this crafty content. And if you're making something right now, let me know what you're making in the comments down below. And here we are, June 2023, episode 23. I'm inching my way towards 30 episodes. We're almost halfway to 50, which is a lot. And I should have already been there by now because I started podcasting years ago and I just took a really long hiatus. But sometimes that's what we need in life, right? Yeah. So I think that's all. I will see you when I see you. Hopefully with this dress video. So it's this, if you're interested, I don't know, I'm gonna throw this out there. If you're interested in like a sew along, ooh, that's asking a lot, isn't it? Casual sew along, no pressure on anyone, including myself. But it is the Serene dress by Tilly and the Buttons. So, okay, I'm gonna end on that note. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for joining me. You can find me. I know how to podcast. It's just been a while. You can find me on my website, Hannah's Catch-All Cottage. Over on Instagram as Hannah's Catch-All Cottage. On Ravelry, I'm KetseyGirl33. And I'm also that on Twitter, which I've been more active on because of the Taylor Swift Eras Tour and me just following all the insanity that is going on with that. I love it. If you're new around here, thank you for joining. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like this video. If you're not new around here, thank you for coming back and enduring whatever rambling this is. Yes. So I hope you have a great day and enjoy whatever weather you're having. Hope it's not super hot like it is here right now. But have a good day. Goodbye from the cottage. There we go. Okay, I know how to do this.